Hello, fellow freelancers. So, for freelancers, entrepreneurs, and people working online for themselves, etc., sales is a very big thing, and finding new sales, marketing yourself is a huge thing. And so, the idea that you can find targeted leads, as in you can find prospective clients that are targeted and narrowed down to the specific type of clients that you're looking for and who need your services, and you can work with, and to get a huge number of these, a large number of these, well, this is pretty much the dream in terms of marketing and in terms of sales. And it's definitely a lot better than sending out random sales emails or stuff like that, which all too many freelancers end up doing. So in this video, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit more about lead generation, which is precisely what that is. So now lead generation, once again, is a bit different from sales because it's supposed to be more targeted and targeted not only to the client that you want, but preferably also people who are interested in your services and who want to deal with you. And usually there are a couple steps to this, and I kind of just wanted to go through some of the things that I've been doing. Obviously, there are a lot of other things you can do and a lot of other programs you can use, but I wanted to show you basically some of the programs that I've been using. We can start with Get Prospect. The reason I like Get Prospect is that you do pay for it, but even if you have the free version, you still get 100 free emails, 100 free credits, and each credit is one email. So how does it work? Right here, I have the companies open, and I didn't click on leads because I don't want to show people's individual email addresses, obviously. But here it shows the companies. I don't know why they're all in the tobacco industry, because my usual search there, as you can see, it has a bunch of different industries. So let's try this. Let's try taking out tobacco and seeing what happens here. And there we go. So it divides it by industry, obviously. Here we have the paper and forest industry and a bunch of those. But what happens is if I click on leads, then I will have individual email addresses for each of these people. And I get 100 of these per month because they're monthly credits. And that's for free. And then obviously, if you want to pay, you can update the subscription and you can pay different amounts. In fact, let's go there now. 1,000 emails per month is $49 a month. 5,000 per month is $99, etc., etc. And you can do it monthly, and then you can stop it whenever you want. In fact, that's what I did. That's why I have a free subscription right now. So this can be very interesting because once you get these 100 emails per month, they are targeted, as I showed you, by industry. Let's go there again. You can enter in your keywords in terms of filtering stuff out and kind of experiment a bit. And you can have company filters. You can have a company name if you want, a domain. You can have the industry, which is why I put a bunch of different industries here. And then I usually narrow it down a bit more, but this is kind of my broad search, and then I kind of narrow down from there. You can have size, so you can specify if you want small companies, large companies, etc. You can have various different locations. So it can be either by continent, region, or country. So if I put, say, I don't know, Switzerland. In fact, look, you can even do it by city. And Zurich area, Freiburg, etc., etc. And so you can really narrow down the locations, and obviously you can have multiple locations for each search. And then last updated. This is when they last updated, their information was last updated. So if they have a new email address or something less than 3 months ago, less than 6 months ago, et cetera, et cetera. Generally, if it's been updated semi-recently, it's a good sign, because if it was updated, say, more than 3 years ago, then who knows if they're still upkeeping the website and stuff like that. Most websites get updated at least once a year, depending on the industry, but usually more often than that. So anyway, and then you can just search and once again click on leads and then save all the leads there. They just changed this website, by the way, and so I kind of had to get used to it just for this video. which is sort of a pain because I just gotten used to the old version. But there you go. So, and that's why I like this program, this website called Get Prospect. So feel free to check out Get Prospect and see what you can do for free, and then see if it's worth paying for. But let's move on a bit. Most of you know that you can do searches on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, all you have to do is enter a search here, say for, I don't know, translation agency. As you can see, that's one I recently did there. And then you can narrow it down by people, companies, jobs, groups, etc., etc. Now, I should specify that I am now using the free version of LinkedIn. If you have the paid version, you can specify also about how recently their profile was updated. So this means people who are actively on LinkedIn and check it more actively, and that can be a lot more useful. And so, but what do you do with those? Well, an interesting thing you can do is once you've done your search and you're happy with how you narrowed it down, you can copy and paste that URL into WeConnect. WeConnect is another program, we-connect.io. And what you can do there is save your searches. As you can see, the search here, that's save the URL. And I saved it here by different businesses in different countries. And this connects to your LinkedIn in that later it sends out emails. Here, let's go to the settings. So if we clicked on this one, which I did for companies in Croatia, and as you can see, this one already ended, but I had 78 connection requests and I connected with 31 of them. And what does this mean? This means that it sent out connection requests and it sends out an email of my choosing. I have a connection message and I just write something down. And in fact, you can add a step. So if they do respond, or if they don't respond, or if they add you or stuff like that, message after connection if no reply. So if they add you but they don't reply, you can decide, okay, then a couple hours after the no reply or a couple of days after or something, I can write a message and say something like, thank you so much for adding me. I look forward to doing business. Or maybe kind of get a bit more specific. I don't like doing sales emails, so all of these I kind of just introduce myself, and if anything, I'll write something like, if I can help you out, please let me know. But then you can set these. Let's go here. And you have a daily connection limit, a daily follow-up message limit. It says maximum 100. And I should say to be careful here because no one really knows what the number is, including them. And it kind of changes. And it also depends on you and your usage and all that of LinkedIn. So keep it low, at least at the beginning, and then see how it goes. In fact, this was an old one. I put it lower later because I started getting sort of freaked out. I think now it's, or actually, well, now I'm not really using it, but it's when I last used it, it was at like 20 or something. But keep the daily connection limit quite low. And then, yeah, then you can send out these emails and it keeps track of the ones that are connected, who replied, et cetera, et cetera. And another thing that does is if they don't reply after, say, 30 days, then you can withdraw the request. This means that you don't have all these pending requests. And that's a good thing to do as well. Here I found it. Auto withdraw enabled, and then number of days, 15 days. If they haven't replied after 15 days that I sent a request, I assume they're not going to reply. And so, but here you can change it if you want. But that means that you auto withdraw the invite, so you don't have a bunch of pending invites. And that's always useful. So what does this do? This allows you to have more connections on LinkedIn. Now, I can't really say if that's entirely helpful. I have gotten at least 2 clients this way, so it definitely brought me clients. On the other hand, as you can see, the numbers of people I added, especially at the beginning, were very high. I recommend getting very targeted on this and starting very slowly and kind of seeing how it goes from there. Now, last but not least is this is Snovio. So Snovio is a program which while Get Prospect allows you to find the email addresses, Snowview allows you to send out the emails. It also allows you to find emails, but to me that was not worth it at all. And so what I was using it for, and again, I'm not using this anymore, and so I'm not paying for it anymore, but as you can see, I did use it for a while. It allowed me to send emails, and so I can download the emails from Get Prospect or wherever else and kind of upload the list here. And then it just, and I have different lists. This one's called Agencies during COVID. And you can send multiple emails. And this means that, in fact, here I have 2. You can send as many as you want. And another one, I think I had 6. But let's look at this a bit more in detail. And so what it does is it sends a list to the agencies. Here I have agencies in Australia. I guess that's the one I was working with. And it's one of my emails. It's the email where I say that I work on European and Asian languages. Here, I can show you the email here. It sends the email with a signature that's displayed at the bottom. Then I set a delay of 168 hours. That's 1 week. And then it sends another email, assuming they have not replied, then that's what this delay is for. This campaign will stop for a prospect once they reply. Once they reply, then we're in business. I mean, then I can talk to them myself and see what I can help them with. But if they don't reply, then you can send out another email. And you can do this, like I said, quite a few times. And you can send out these emails. Now, once again, I should say for all these things, if you use this recklessly, your email could automatically be triggered as spam. And in fact, at the very beginning, that's what happened to this with this program. And so it is risky. Once again, I recommend starting very slowly and just seeing how it goes and getting a feel for it before you start dealing with high numbers. But these can be very useful if used correctly. I'm not sure, like this one, I don't think I was ever able to use it correctly. That's why I don't pay for it anymore. This, I don't pay for it anymore. I'm not sure if it helped. I did get in contact with some prospective clients, and so I was able to make some connections, but I'm not really sure if it was worth it, and I just keep the free version for now. And in terms of WeConnect, it's this one I am still paying for, although I don't think I'm barely using it at all. In fact, maybe I should revisit it. Yeah, in fact, I've paused this one for now, and I'm not sure if I will restart it again. But like I said, these can be very useful for a lot of people, and so in my specific case, maybe they weren't as useful, but I do think they're definitely worth checking out. There are quite a few other programs, by the way, that do similar things, so feel free to check those out as well. I just kind of wanted to show you more or less how these work, and so you can sort of get an idea. So hopefully this helps in terms of lead generation. Please feel free to check these out, and please do let me know if you know of any others. I'd be curious to see. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm not using these much anymore, and I'm relying more on just manual stuff and trying to establish long-term relationships with a smaller number of clients. But that's also because I've gotten a lot better at targeting prospective clients, and so that's why I prefer to do that. But feel free to check these out, and do let me know if you do check these out how it goes, because I'm very curious to hear about it. Okay, thanks. Bye, and savedum.